Hey, what's up? Kalen here. In this video, I wanted to talk about B2B, which is a big topic right now in the Magento space, and just in the economy, in the world of e-commerce as a whole. Just did a great live stream podcast with my buddy Philip Jackson, who, the system integrator that he works at, is really diving deep into B2B. Was just part of a roundtable at B2B Online conference, and one of his thing was like, listen, we're not in the Magento community. We're not prepared for the onslaught of B2B business that's coming our way. And we really need to, start to educate ourselves and, go to conferences like that, really dive into the space to understand it, because he was talking about how, they were using phrases like punch out catalogs and things that, they weren't even familiar with. And so, it really is. I mean, there's these massive companies, billion-dollar companies that you've never heard of because they supply parts, or something like that to other companies. And sort of fundamentally in the B2C space, if there's a big company, about them because you're a consumer and they're marketing to you. But these huge B2B companies, like, you just don't know about them unless you're in that space. You don't know who they are. And there's just tons of these really huge businesses coming online. And I think that, this would be a great time. And I know a lot of agencies, because I usually will ask agencies and developers kind of what they specialize in. And a lot of people will start to say B2B now because it's sort of a, trendy or fashionable thing to say. But for companies to really go deep, to really go deep in that world, to really understand the needs of the customers. These are generally going to be bigger companies. And I've heard from multiple sources about really big leads that people are starting to get through for Magento work. So I mean, really interesting stuff. And this is a space where players like Shopify that are competing at the lower end of the market just are not going to touch anytime soon. You've got obviously other players, e-commerce players that at the higher end of the market that are competing here, but really strong opportunity for any agency that specializes in Magento to differentiate themselves, and really learn how to speak the language of these. So it sounds like I'm saying they're aliens or something. Speak the language of these creatures, of these customers, and go deep in specific industries, and really, build out product, build out functionality. Obviously, there's some, the Magento core product does a lot, but there's a lot of gaps to fill there in pricing, inventory control. There's just a lot, unit measurement. There's a lot of gaps to fill in that offering. So as an agency, as a freelancer, as whoever, you can go out there and start to build your own extension base to fill some of those gaps and to really differentiate yourself in that space. So it's a huge opportunity, and I hope that you get a piece of that action that's coming over the next. Really, decade. The next decade, I think there's going to be a massive wave of business within B2B. So let me know what you think. I'd love to hear more about it, because I myself don't know a lot about B2B and within this context. It's not like I've worked on projects myself, so I'm learning about it. If you have any experience or thoughts, I'd love to hear from you. Post a comment, post a question, and thanks for watching.